Hello, folks, and thank you for your patience. Couple minutes late today, but I'm speaking at a conference in New Orleans, and I got several speeches, both prepared and to give. So gave one this morning, and I'll do another one tomorrow. But that's not why you tuned in, is it? 3 at 3, every business day, we try to bring you unusual option activity that we've seen on unusual call buying, put buying, or through the sentiment indicators on Reddit and Twitter. And when I say that, I mean everything. You may or may not know it, but you can actually buy, as we do, the full fire hose of Twitter. You can also get Reddit for free, but there's so much that you have to parse through and so forth that it can be daunting, is the easy way to put it. But without artificial intelligence and machine learning, you couldn't get through it. There's just too much stuff. So what we do is we apply machine learning and artificial intelligence to Reddit and Twitter, as well as we have our heat seeker algorithm running for unusual option activity. And I certainly hope you guys are hearing me better today. I apologize for yesterday, but I was in an airport lounge, and sometimes those are loud, and sometimes the reception is not as great as it could be for Wi-Fi, and that was the case yesterday. But let's get started with today's 3 at 3. One of the areas that I've told you about, if you've been paying attention, and I suspect most of you have, is that fertilizers and related technologies do come out of Russia and Ukraine in big numbers. They might be 25, 30% of the global market. So if you cut them off, that means fertilizer prices have nowhere to go but up, which means food prices have nowhere to go but up, because farmers will not be able to get as much fertilizers, nutrients onto those crops. The crops' yields will drop. And again, I'm not saying this to scare anybody. I'm saying this so that you start thinking about it, as I have. And when you look at these numbers, I mean, look at it from the middle of February. Look at Nutrien, NTR, look at Mosaic, look at CF. 20%, 23%, 26%, bang, like that. That is why I cite this stuff for you folks. It's also been unusual option activity in all three. So next is USO. 2 days ago, seems like forever. I think it was Wednesday. I cited the USO for unusual option activity. Bullish, yes. Where was it trading? Well, that's always important. It was trading at 73.59. You see that on that top line there. And you can go back because we don't take these down. You can go back and see what we said on 3 at 3 2 days ago. 73.59, they bought 7,200 of the July 79 calls. Well, let's take a look after yesterday's rally carried us to 75 and change. Look at where it is now. $5 higher than where it closed last night. So those USO calls are doing rather nicely. And I'm pointing it out because I am rolling up. I've taken all of my USO ETF itself off, taken it off. Why? Because this is a monster move. Because we got paid so fast. So I have reinvested part of that money into just option long spreads. What's an option long spread? That means a call vertical, like, for instance, I am now long the, I think it's 77 or 78 calls and short upside calls against it. Whenever you put those on 1-to-1, you are establishing, for instance, a $5 spread, a $4 spread, whatever. If you pay $1 for a $4 spread, you could turn $1 into $4 if it goes to or through that upper strike by expiration. That's moving the odds into your favor. You're getting better than a 2-to-1 return, and you are pulling money off the table, in this case, big money off the table, and reinvesting those funds with the same sort of outlook. On dips, I will buy more energy, which is what I said on the halftime report today when I said, hey, I sold a third of my energy position. Yeah, and that was the equity, in other words, stock. And now I am on that dip. It dipped back down to 107.30 yesterday after selling at 114, $2 off the high. I didn't sell the high. But then I started to get back in yesterday, buying the, what was it, 108s and the 110 calls in the crude oil contracts, as well as broad market calls in the energy space. That's the way I play. You guys have to decide what's appropriate for you. A lot of my trades might not be appropriate for you, especially if you don't understand option time decay and things like that. But I'm picking a longer time frame for this, not just short. I think this plays out for months, my friends. Am I happy about that? No, obviously I'm not. But I could spend the whole broadcast talking about how I hit my knees every night and pray for the soldiers and the civilians and so forth. That it's not why you tune in. You're tuning in to see how do we make money or how do we protect ourselves. And what I try to provide is exactly that. You have to decide how to trade. You have to decide if you're going to talk to the man upstairs or if you don't believe there's a man upstairs. That's all up to you, folks. I know where I stand. Bang. Crypto Convo, yes. Every week I interview very interesting characters on cryptoconvo.com. That's crypto, CRYPTO, convo, CONVO.com. Got some great ones in this week. Got Alex Macioli from Trade the Chain. Got Chris Irons, Quote the Raven, big writer over there at Zero Hedge and so forth. I think you'll enjoy both of these broadcasts when they go up. All of the broadcasts are at cryptoconvo.com and soon streaming on several new sites that we will be describing for you here, because we have just signed some major streaming deals. Not quite Joe Rogan, but we're coming for you, Joe. Just kidding. I love Joe Rogan. We would aspire to be as successful in these streaming shows as Mr. Rogan is with his. All right, let's get started with the new 3 at 3. Oxy, Occidental Petroleum, $55 stock. They're buying 5,000 of next Friday expiration March 58 calls. So what does that mean? $2.50 out of the money is what it means, because the right to buy it at 58 when it's trading 55.63, $2.50 out of the money. They paid $1.77 for these calls. So you decide, do you buy those? Do you buy the 55 calls and sell a higher strike as we rally, which I think we will, take a look, or do you sell a put spread, meaning you get to keep the credit for the put spread that you sold if we stay above that strike? If you sell a put naked, same thing, you get to keep that whole premium. If it stays above that level at expiration, you keep the whole premium. That's what Warren Buffett does. Warren Buffett is a huge put seller. That's what insurance companies are, sellers of protection. So if you'd like to be like Warren Buffett, that's one of the ways to play it. I can't tell you what's appropriate for your account. You have to learn options, and then you can decide, is this appropriate for the amount of money I have to invest and for the expertise that I have? Go on over to marketrebellion.com/get started, and you can get started today. Second trade, TECK Resources. Oh my, another energy play. Yeah, you think? TECK, bullish call buying. April 43s, the stock's just around 41. What do you do? Well, this is out in April. The other previous one was March 11th, next Friday. That you have to be really fast with that one. With this one, you have a little more time. So TECK Resources, April 43 calls, $2 out of the money. I'm buying the money, selling an upside call against it because that's how I play. If you haven't been watching and listening, then you're hearing that for the first time. I will repeat. I buy at the money, sell out of the money calls. I buy at the money puts, sell out of the money downside puts. That's the way I trade. I'm defining my risk. I'm cutting my time decay and putting less capital to work because of the way I'm trading. So again, you have to decide. Go to marketrebellion.com/get started to get started. Lastly, CSX. Oh my, another energy play. Imagine that. Folks, I didn't post any of these three trades. My team posted these three trades because they showed up for unusual option activity, or UOA. They could also have positive sentiment readings, which caused our team to put that up. So to me, this says stock's 37. They're buying the 40 calls, $3 out of the money. These are Mays. So March, April, May, 3 months into the future. You need to be aware of that. You need to be aware they bought 11,000. That's 1.1 million share equivalent because every option is for 100 shares of stock. So if you have 1.1 million shares of a $37 stock, well, that's $37 million bet. Do you want to follow people that are making bets like that? I do. So what I did, bought at the money, sold out of the money, 1-to-1. I didn't have to sell the whole lot today, though, because these are May. Much slower expiration than, of course, the weeklies that expire next Friday. That was Occidental, or TECK Resources, which was April, and that gives us a full month. These are out there further into the future. So that's why I don't have to sell a call against them quite as fast. If you would like to learn, what is John talking about when he talks about this unusual option activity, go to marketrebellion.com. If you want to learn about spreading stock, options, or crypto, go to marketrebellion.com/get started. If you go there and you go to marketrebellion.com/get started, you'll see that we have coaches, we have mentors. Think of it as a group lesson, that's coaches, or mentors, a private lesson, or we also have distance learning right there on your laptop, right here on your cell phone. You could be watching, you could be on the bus, you could be on the train, you could be on a plane, listening to the classes. You can do it anywhere, anytime. It's up to you. We make it available for all of our subscribers that choose to avail themselves of distance learning, mentors, or coaches. You decide what's appropriate for you. That's something you've heard a lot from me today. Have a great weekend, everybody. Let's pray for the folks that are in the path of this war. Let's be aware there's a human tragedy going on. If you'd care to support the people of Ukraine, boy, I have, and I would encourage many of you to do the same. And I would say, You only can buy an end of the world trade once, folks. So I'm not betting on the end of the world. I'm betting on higher prices for food, higher prices for energy, higher prices for fertilizers and so forth, higher prices for crypto too. That's what I'm betting on. I'm not betting against the world and having it go away. Remember, you can only get paid once on that. By the way, can't cash the check after they give it to you, because if the world melts down, I don't just mean a problem. I mean, if we go nuclear, who cares? We're not here anymore. Bang. Have a great one, folks. I hope you enjoy your family, friends, and that you have a safe and happy weekend. See you soon.